From bad drivers flipping their cars to bad truckers flipping their trucks. Today we got 15 crazy dashcam videos for your weekly dose of dashcam adrenaline. Buckle up and let's start. Today's first video comes from Albany, New York. This Redditor's father was driving down the passing lane of a snowy highway while the Redditor's mother was driving a white Subaru. Watch what happened when the driver of an SUV tried to squeeze between both vehicles. The VW Pit maneuvered himself off the front of the Redditor's father's pickup, sending the SUV into a ditch before rolling over. A witness driving behind them gave this footage and stopped to check on the drivers. Thankfully, both his parents were okay, but we don't know the conditions of the SUV driver. This Redditor was driving down I-24 when disaster struck on his left. Watch what happened just as a semi-truck was about to pass her.
You okay? Oh my God, a semi just hit right beside me.
The semi overturned, sending sparks flying and landing onto an SUV's rear end. The Redditor's guess is that the trucker went too fast in the rain and hydroplaned before overturning. Thankfully, nobody was hurt as nobody was sitting in the SUV's back. What a wreck! It's crazy the fact that nobody was injured. The crash got even featured on the local news, and the Redditor's footage can be seen. Wow. Speaking of semi-trucks, this Redditor was waiting behind a Kia, waiting to make a left turn. When the Kia completed his turn, the Redditor started proceeding. Suddenly, a semi-truck used a turn lane next to the Redditor to go around him, nearly sideswiping his car. The Redditor honked and reached out to the trucking company. They were sincere and apologetic. Turns out the trucker thought everyone in line was waiting to turn left, so he used the turn-only lane to go around the Redditor. Mario watched a semi-truck lose control and wreck on a highway. The out-of-control semi collided with a barrier in Mario's lane. Thankfully, he didn't mention any injuries, but what a wreck! This YouTuber was driving on I-93 in Boston when he was passed by a speeding Mercedes SUV. Moments later, he was passed by another SUV, but it wasn't a normal one. It was a Boston police officer who spotted the speeding driver and pulled it over to serve instant justice. Gotta love it. Check out what this Redditor saw while driving in Markham, Ontario. The driver of a Ford in front of him decided he didn't want to wait for a school bus stop sign and went around it, just as kids were exiting the bus. Thankfully, this was only a close call, but the Redditor submitted this video to York Region Road Watch. Watch what happened as Rob was on his way home from work. The driver of a Nissan tried to merge into Rob's lane for a traffic slowdown. Sadly, they didn't check their blind spot and hit Rob's vehicle. The impact pushed his car into a box truck on his right. Thankfully, nobody was hurt. The Nissan driver was found 100% responsible, and their insurance is covering liabilities. Sadly, Rob's car was totaled. Dylan was driving on I-70 eastbound when he was passed by a speeding Ford Focus. What the driver didn't know was that a Missouri state trooper also spotted him. Dylan said he saw him weaving in and out in his rearview mirror. That was before a state trooper pulled over the speeder to serve some instant justice. Jacob was driving behind a pickup when he got impatient and moved to the right lane to pass it. Watch what happened when he did so. Jacob wasn't paying attention when he swerved onto a sidewalk to not rear-end a stopped Subaru. Thankfully, Jacob didn't hit anything or anyone. He wants to remind everyone that losing focus, even for a second, can change everything. This YouTuber's 1987 El Camino was parked on the street when a passing box truck scraped it and took off his side mirror. Thankfully, the truck driver admitted fault, and the YouTuber's insurance is working out with the company. I hope the process goes smooth. Kim was driving on Lake Hefner Parkway when the driver of a pickup pulling a trailer suddenly pulled out in front of him from a gore point. Kim slammed on his brakes and swerved into the neighboring lane, avoiding a collision with the pickup driver. David was driving down an El Paso highway when the driver of a pickup clipped the front of his vehicle. After the collision, the pickup driver sped off, turning this into a hit and run. Thankfully, the police did find the uninsured hit and run driver. Caesar was driving down an Illinois highway when the driver of a sedan almost came to a full stop on the highway. The sedan had his turn signal on, which might explain why he stopped on the highway. That isn't justified, though. This forced Caesar to nearly swerve into the neighboring lane, causing multiple vehicles to drive on the grassy median. What an idiot! Watch what Iron Wolf saw while driving down a California highway. The driver of a Toyota rear-ended a Mazda SUV. It may look like the Mazda driver was at fault, but another SUV was ahead of the Mazda, and the Toyota driver wasn't paying attention before rear-ending the black SUV. This isn't the first time this Redditor got featured on this channel. Last time he got featured was in an episode from Season 2. I will leave a link to that episode featuring a Tesla driver running a red light in front of his father's truck. This Redditor was driving in Bucharest. Watch what happened when the driver in front of him changed idea about making a left turn. The Renault driver put on his turn signal, and the Redditor tried to go around it. Sadly, the driver changed idea right as the Redditor was passing him. Thankfully, this was only a close call.